Well, you know something, Mr. Merlin. What I've been hearing on the radio lately on KNBR and these other sports talk that just confirms what I think most of the people that come on these programs. They're good when they talk about sports statistics, but when they get off the subject and start talking about entertainment or anything, they don't know anything. These guys were talking about, these guys late night sports talk, where we were talking about Quentin Tarantino. And they were proclaiming and talking about slobbering over how what a genius this guy was, not realizing that this guy's not original at all. He copies other movie plots, and he had to pay off all these people he used to work with at a video store. He had to pay them off because the plots he uses in movies are product of the brainstorming they all did. Then later on, when he became successful, they all lawyered up, and he paid them off. I don't know if that makes him a genius. They could use other people's ideas, but it just shows that these guys on the radio, when they start talking about entertainment, they don't even do any reading on it. They just just mouthing off talking about stuff, and they probably these guys probably think when they go to a concert by Beyonce and Madonna, they probably don't even realize they're lip syncing. That's how clueless these people are, which kind of reminds me, in general, that when I listen to these guys, ex-jocks, or what I call, people that have big jock groupies, like a lot of these sportscasters are, they 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 think they're not. They use these terms like ballers and he hit a tray, and they know the in language that the jocks use, and they think that makes them hip. But these guys are all squares. They wouldn't know if something was hip if it hit them in the face, but they think they're hip because they're using the jargon, the inside jargon that athletes use. All this cliches but they're really squares. They don't know anything about anything. They don't do any reading outside of the sports junkie stuff, and they're really ill prepared. But break it down, they're not entertaining, and they don't have the charisma that Gary Barry has. Not even close. They have zero charisma. They, they don't know what to say. They just say whatever comes into their head, and they didn't do any reading on it. And half the time, they don't even know what they're talking about. Then talking about Tarantino, talking about anything. It's just. But this goes down to radio's better than television, because at least in the radio, these guys have some kind of personalities. But I read the story of the creation of ESPN, a huge thick book, and it just broke down to the corporate people that end up buying ESPN off the original people that started it, decided that content was more important than talent. So they got rid of anyone that had personality or had any charisma, because they want to minimize the individual part of the broadcast. And so that's why it's so boring, why you can sleep to these broadcasts, because they don't want personalities. They just want in the storyline, oh, LeBron did this, or Bryce Harper did this, or some athletes gets busted for, violating the league policy on drugs, but they don't want a personality. And that's what makes something entertainment, is the personality that's delivering the content is what makes something entertaining. So at least I have to give it a radio its due. They're at least more entertaining than television.
Well, like I say, everyone needs to change their undies every day, and hey, have a bright smile, and thank you for listening. Any last departing words there, Scary?
They'll never be scary.
Take care. See you soon, guys. Bye bye.